Hello, in today's lesson, our objective is I can write numbers in expanded form. So in your table of contents, you're going to put 818 expanded form for your title in pages 5 and 6. Let's turn there. So our title, expanded form. I like to use the analogy of a balloon to help with expanded form. So if we think about when the balloon is flat, okay, when the balloon is flat, we haven't put any air in it, that's kind of like our standard form for a number. Okay, that's the smallest version that number can be, or the most regular version that number can be. It's just that its form. So for instance, let's do 105. 105 in its standard form, it's like a flat balloon. Nothing air, it's not expanded, it's just in its normal form. Well, when we slightly put air into our balloon, it gets a little bit bigger, right? It's starting to expand. But maybe this is like our word form. So if we expand this to word form, because we've slightly expanded it, we're going to write it in numbers. So 100, 105. But when we fully put air into that balloon and it fully becomes expanded, we have finally expanded that balloon as far as it can go. So we're going to stretch our number using its place value and expand it out using place value. Okay? So what I mean by that, so expanded form, if we're using our example here, 105, we're going to look at each place value and expand it out to what its value is. So for instance, the 1 is in the hundreds place, so it's worth 100. Okay, 100, 100. Plus, we have a 0 in the tens place, so we don't actually put that in expanded form. So we're kind of going to skip over it since it's a 0. It's still there, there's just no value right now. And then we're going to look at the 5. The 5 is in the ones, so when things are in the ones, that's how much its value is. So since there's 5, its value is 5. Okay, so this kind of helps me because I think, okay, the balloon in its flattest form is going to be the standard number, just the standard form itself. When I start to blow some air into that balloon, I get my word form, which is the number in words. And then when I fully expand, I'm fully pulling apart the number into its value. Okay, so let's try another one. So before we try another one, let me give you the actual definition that we have. So our definition of expanded form is the number written using its place value. All right, an expanded form is another one of our vocab words. So I'm going to highlight it because that is one of our vocab words. So we have 3 vocab words. Expanded form, standard form, word form. Those are 3 that I have shown you. Ms. Wise has shown you some more. So the number written using its place value. So again, let's look at an example. Let's do 1,325,621. Okay, so we're going to expand this number out using its place value. So let's look at the largest place value that we have, which is millions. This is 1 million. So when we expand this out, we're going to be putting 1 million plus, notice I'm plus, you have to put those plus signs in there because once we add it all together, it will equal the number that you've had in standard form. Okay, so 1 million plus, let's look at our next one. This is in the 100,000, so it's 300,000 plus 2 is in the 10,000, so it's worth 20,000 plus, look at your next one, the 5 is in the 1,000, so it's 5,000 plus looking at our next one, the 6 in the hundreds, so it's 600 plus, I'm saying plus a lot because that is important. You have to put plus signs between each place value. 2 is in the 10, so it's 20 plus 1 because the 1 is in the ones place. So if we were to add all of these numbers up, you'd get your standard form. Let's do another one. We have 305,492. So again, we're going to pull apart our number using its place value. Start with the largest place value, which is our 3 in the hundred thousands. So it's going to be 300,000 plus. Remember I said 0, if you come across a place value that has a 0 in it, you don't put 0 in expanded form. So you're just going to skip it and go on to the next one. So 0 here, we're just going to go on to the next one, which is 5 in the thousands. So it's going to be 5,000 plus 4 is in the hundreds, so 400 plus, let's look at our next one, 9 is in the 10, so it's worth 90 plus 2 is in the ones, which is just going to be 2. Okay? So let's do one more like this, and then I'm going to show you another way that you could do expanded form. So we're going to do 409. So a smaller number, but we'll know how to do this. So start in your largest place value, 400 plus, notice our next place value has a 0. So again, we do not put zeros in expanded form. So we're going to move over. And 9 is in the ones, which is just 9. Okay, so this is the expanded form. I'm going to go on to the next page to kind of show you a different way that you could use and understand expanded form. So this is page 6. So let's say my number is 2,345,307. One way that you could do expanded form is by putting the numbers under your standard form. So what I mean by that is this. So my first number is 2 and it's in the millions, so I'm just going to fill in the rest of this with zeros. So you see how this is 2 million, which is representing this number right here. So then I would put a plus, go on to my next one, so it's going to go right here, and I'm just going to add zeros in here to kind of help me understand that when I take a number in its place value, I'm just putting zeros behind it. Okay, so now we have 2 million plus 300,000. Let's look at our next number. It's 4, and we're going to add zeros in because it's in the 10,000, so it's 40,000. Oh, I forgot my plus sign. Here's my plus sign. Come down to my next number. 5 is in the thousands, so it's going to be 5,000 plus, coming down with the 3 in the hundreds, so it's there. 0, we're not going to add because we don't add it in here, so we're just going to kind of skip over that, and then adding 7. Okay, so this can kind of help you in a different way if you just need to know how many zeros go behind each number. So let's try one more. We're going to do 5,302,698. Okay, so again, start with your biggest place value, so 5, and then put in those zeros because this is 5 million. Same as this number right here, 5 million, 5 million. Plus, drop that 3 down because it's in the hundred thousands. 300,000, 300,000. 0 here, so I'm going to skip it because there's a 0. We don't put it in expanded form. So I'm going to go on to the next one. This 2 here is in the thousands, so 2,000. Move over to my 6. It's in the hundreds, which is going to be 600. So you're pulling apart its place value. So 6 is in the hundreds, so it's equal to 600. Plus 9 is in the tens place, which is going to equal 90, because 9 tens is 90. And lastly, in our ones place is an 8. So we pulled apart each place value to give us our expanded form. So hopefully that through this video you can understand the objective for today, which is I can write numbers in expanded form.